Tastenbelegung liegt halt genau auf den Tasten, auf denen meine Funktionstasten liegen, die ich für die Aufnahme verwende. Weil wir lassen uns nicht aufhalten. Wir gehen hier schnurstracks entlang. Und haben dann gleich das Botaniklabor da vor uns. Botanical Space Lab. Ein wilder Möter.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble.
Ich muss mit eurem Anführer reden.
I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along.
Was ist denn das für eine Ansprache?
Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those.
Ich suche nach einem Geothermiekraftwerk. Weißt du etwas darüber? Reed hat etwas vom ehemaligen Arbeitern erzählt, die draußen in der Wildnis hausen.
A geo what? Look, plants ain't my purview. You're better off asking after Adelaide.
Ja,
If you're gonna
wollte ich
start
sowieso.
wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you.
Wo finde ich Adelaide?
Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind.
Probleme? Wir haben alle Probleme. Ich wurde gerade ins Ei geschossen. Kenn ich, geht mir genauso. Ich versuche irgendwie mein Schiff zu reparieren. Ärger mit Plünderern?
You don't know what enough with the questions means?
Nope.
No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her.
Ich halte die Augen offen.
It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere.
Es sei denn, die Plünderer haben sie erwischt, dann könnten Teile von ihr überall sein. Mach dir keine Sorgen, ich finde sie schon.
Appreciate it. Honest.
Fragen über Zoe.
I'll tell you what I can.
Wie gut kennst du
Well,
sie?
enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does.
Du wirkst so sympathisch. Schwer vorstellbar, dass ihr nicht miteinander ausgehoben seid.
She was lazy and thoughtless, but she's still one of our own. Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me.
Dachte ich
I
mir schon.
check her room, but I got yelled at for snooping once already.
Hast du in ihrem Zimmer herumgeschnüffelt?
Little ways ago. She was always obsessing over her serial dramas. Wanted to see what the fuss was about. Could be. Dangers aplenty out there.
Plünderer.
No telling why marauders would steal somebody like Zoe. Got no useful skills far as I could tell.
Ja, vielleicht war sie hübsch.
Marauder gang just moved into the districts a little ways east. Their numbers are growing. Gotta come from somewhere. What is it?
Das war's erstmal. So, auf zum Gewächshaus. Wahrscheinlich schicken die uns auch auf irgendeinen Auftrag. Wie ich solche Games kenne, müssen wir was für die erledigen, damit wir da von denen was bekommen. Ah, Adelaide.
Oh gosh, it's so pretty.
I'm so pretty. Speichern wir lieber nochmal ab. Nicht, dass uns irgendwo wieder jemand killt.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
Yes. Du musst Adelaide sein.
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it
Tabakmalztee?
in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Red hat mich geschickt, um Frieden mit dir zu schließen. Ist das dein Gewächshaus? Sieht so aus, als hättest du dir hier draußen ein Zuhause aufgebaut.
A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots.
So hast du dein altes Zuhause verlassen. Du hast dir einen fürchterlichen Ort ausgesucht, um neue Wurzeln zu schlagen.
It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject.
Ist das dein Gewächshaus? Ich stelle erstmal die unverfänglichen Fragen.
No, dear. The garden belongs to us all.
Kommunismus.
Life is the gift of the universe, and the universe yields its bounty equally, absent of prejudice.
Ah, ich bin überrascht, dass es dir gelungen ist, hier draußen etwas zum Wachsen zu bringen.
The soil around the Vale went sour years ago, but I found a way to sweeten it back up. The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a dash of love, and a heaping pile of special fertilizer.
Special Fertilizer? Meinst du Menschenfleisch?
Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Lebt von der Energie, die der Stadt gehört. Kommt zurück zur Konservenfabrik. Das ist ja auch schon alles. Reed bittet dich, noch einmal darüber nachzudenken, in die Stadt zurückzukehren. Er ist willens, Wiedergutmachung zu leisten. Okay, die dritte ist zu respektlos.
Make amends. Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater,
Ja, das
that
dachte ich mir
peace
schon.
offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Ich würde auch die lieber unterstützen als die Stadt.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Ich habe noch zu gar nichts zugestimmt. Zumindest endgültig.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
Was hast du gegen die Stadt?
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scraps Spacer's choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
Puh. Sagen mir mal, ich würde dir helfen. Was passiert denn mit Edgewater?
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
Tja, dann ist das alles trotzdem nur ein blöder kleiner Machtkampf zwischen den beiden. Du denkst, die Reed will dir noch eins auswischen. Ich überlege es mir.
You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it. I trust you will listen to your conscience.
Ich weiß, dass sie uns ja nicht begrüßt hat und alles, aber... Tja, die Frage ist, auf wen hören wir? Ich finde Reed ziemlich kaltschnäuzig und... Ich glaube, er würde auch nicht davor zurückschrecken, uns übers Ohr zu hauen. Aber vielleicht täuscht man sich, vielleicht... Oh Mann, ich muss mal mit Pavati reden, vielleicht weiß sie was.
Something you need? That's on account of how I never met her.
Du meinst, sie ist tot?
I don't rightly know. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
Das ist ja menschenverachtend.
It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
Du hast da vorhin etwas erwähnt, wonach ich dich fragen wollte.
You mean about the mission being too clean?
Soll sie denn nicht sauber sein? Immerhin ist sie ja eine Kirche.
I know, but Vicker says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicker sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass.
Erinnert mich an Indiana Jones. Puh. Es handelt sich um eine Idealvorstellung.
It just comes off cold to me, is all.
Schade, dass sie nichts über die Situation, in der wir uns jetzt befinden, beizutragen hatte. Wie kommen wir hier am geschicktesten zur Geothermiefabrik?
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Wo? Wer? Was?
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Keep your wits about you. If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Thomas!
Oh, didn't see you there. I was just occupying myself with a little engineering. Whoa, Miss Parvati. Hey, you're, what, how are you? Hi, hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no, I'm just along with this fella here.
Fellow!
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town.